Happy Memorial Day, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at 606 Garage, getting things kind of cleaned up a little bit. I got a few sets of heads to carry out to the building, and I'm like, man, there's got to be a better way. So I'm going to make something. I'm going to show you how to make it. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I got to use a grinder a little bit. You know, cut a couple of these pieces. Cut a couple of these pieces. Go around these edges. Now. Now, find the center. And that's that. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. All right, now, always wear welding helmet. Always. I'm going to have to tighten up my ground strap. Alright, so there's that. Alright, now, you notice I ground one side flat? That's for my bolt. So we want to make sure that's on the flat side of this. You know, now this isn't a precision tool, so just, you know, hold it up there best you can. Alright, so that piece is on. Now, that looks alright. We're just basically going to set him right here. Alright, now you're done. Now you have a set of carry handles. So I just use the old head bolts off the motor when I pulled the heads off. And I can just, you know, as the heads are standing up, I can slide them in the heads and just pick it up and walk off with it. I'm gonna let them cool down. But I wanna tell you, I don't exactly. I don't really feel like carrying these heads. Put just a small nut on it. All right, let's take off. All right, show you a little issue I ran into. I was sticking these axles in the rear end. I've got the C-clip eliminators pressed in. See this right here? This is hitting the spool, and it is keeping the axle about 3/16 of an inch from going all the way in. Now, I took a grinder and I ground this down a little bit, and that is, in fact, what was causing it. I'm gonna grind it a little bit more because I can almost see where it's kind of hitting right there, possibly. But I'm gonna grind it a little bit more. This one's almost as far as it needs to go. Then I'm gonna grind this one down. So, and then we can get ready to assemble this rear end. Now I'm looking at a couple things that's gonna help clean up the floor. We've been talking about it, subframe connectors. I'm gonna put the dry shaft loop in it. So if I get that, get the axles and the rear end assembled, that's gonna make some space. That's definitely gonna make some space. I've got the floor kind of clean up. I just gotta sweep up some old garbage here and there, finish picking up. What do we got here? Dog bowl. We're gonna go ahead and put these upper and lower control arms on it. I'll try to get this rear end in. It's gonna be a decent day. All right, we're gonna get started on these right here. This will get them out of the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping them. Now, the first thing I do is I box these in right here. Now, always be safe. I'm wearing one glove. I can't use a welder with a glove on. Now, I don't have any way to hide the light, so keep that in mind. It's bright. All right, that's that side. All right, they're boxed in, and I was able to do that with one little disc. Now, I am going to wash these down and primer them. Look at this sorry dog. Look at this. You sorry dog. My girl. All right, next order of business. Hope this stuff's good. This is what I use. Self-etching primer, and it's like a green color. Stuff works great. That's gonna drive crazy. You'll hear Macy here in a minute start sneezing like crazy and leave. There she goes. Tell you what, y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I don't want her miserable. All right. Sorry about the noise. I do care about my dog. Next thing I gotta do, I'm gonna jack the car up. I'm gonna put it on 4 of these. That way the body's not in a bind or nothing like that. It's sitting on the wheels and tires, and it's up in the air. It gives me room to work, grind, weld, whatever I need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it jacked up, starting with the front, then the rear. All right, she is up in the air. She is not in a bind. I've got plenty of room to work, but unfortunately, and this has happened to me twice, not on this car, once on another car. That jack, that Daytona jack, I love it, but it's got such a small head, it slipped off the cross member. Luckily, the sway bar caught it, but when I pulled it, I have done this same arm. So I don't know that I'm gonna be doing much more. I'm gonna take some Advil and see how I feel, but I've definitely re-injured it. I guess I knew it wasn't all the way healed, but I don't know. Let's hope this isn't it for Monday. I'll be back. All right, guys, unfortunately, that is it for today. Taking some Advil, not really getting much response with it. However, I did find a good, supposedly good, HO roller short block out of an 87 Mustang. Less cam and lifters, which is fine. So, that being said, well, let me just show you something. So, let me show you this real quick. Now, I started on this motor here. Now, this has an X303 cam in it. Now, the heads are just sitting on it. These are, I think, they're 4-bar heads. Now, these heads wasn't going on this motor. I'm working on a set of 3-bar heads to go on it, and they were going at 79 over there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the timing cover, pull the oil pan and stuff back off of it. I'm going to put the F cam in this, and I'm going to use the 4-bar heads, and I'm going to put my beehive springs. Now, this is a remanufactured motor. I took this thing apart, and this thing looks brand new inside. So, the heads look good, everything looked good, everything still had the clean machine marks and everything on it. I'm going to put my F-cam in this. I'm going to put my beehive springs in those GT40 4-bar heads. I'm going to go ahead and put me, the intake that I want to put on it and everything. And put it all back together. I'm going to drop it down that Capri. That way I've got my 50-ounce balance, harmonic balancers, because that car's a 28-ounce balance. So this is what we're going to do. Now, just because this is almost, a good way to go to get this Capri back on the road with the F-cam, and I'm going to go ahead and put the 4-bar heads on it. This is going to save me a lot of money, and I can do all that and just basically start over, because I don't need a motor for that car right away. However, I do need a motor in this Capri. So I'll go ahead and put the clutch, the flywheel, bell housing. I'm going to put it all together for this thing, and I'll drop it right down in that car, slide a 5-speed in it, and that will be the way to go. So maybe it was for a reason, because if I hadn't pulled my arm, I would have never found that. And also, I found something else that I'll probably go after. I found a 351, late model 351. Decent price. And complete running engine, fuel injected. I think it'll look fine down that blue 86 out there. Never had a 351 Fox body. I'll probably never want one after I try it, but for the money, can't hardly beat it. So, got something to do, got something to look forward to. As soon as I get the Capri and everything going, I guess it's gonna come out. I really want to paint the hatch over there next. You know, once I get it painted, get it run there, it's going to take me a few weeks to get it running. Then we're going to get it painted. Things are starting to look up around here. If I quit buying projects, you know, like this Capri has been a huge roadblock for everything. I'd have probably done had that car over there done. I know I would have, because I could have built that thing twice for what I've got in this dang Capri. But but anyway, yeah. I really want to get to that 66, get it cut apart, get all these body panels up out of the place. Get all the body panels put on that 66. And then we can start welding the frame together for the 34 Ford. Once we get that thing together, I would say once I get going on that 34 Ford, I will not stop till it's done. Because that is a car that that's why I hesitate to start on it. Because once I do, everything in here might as well die. So, I will have I'm going to have to sell a few cars. I'm going to have to ask some cash to fix that 34 Ford. That's another thing I've been holding off on because I know I don't have the money to get rolling on it. That being said, I'm going to go. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day. Sorry I didn't get more done. You are not going to see a lot of what I've done today because I'm going very in-depth on the subframe connectors. But what I can tell you is they're primered. They're clean, they're primered. I boxed the ends of them. And I was able to get up underneath here, and I was able to hold up one. And it's typical, just like the rest of them. They don't fit right, but that's okay. They just bend them too far. So I had to put it in a press and straighten them back out a little bit, and then stick them back under there. So, but it takes me a few hours to get them fitted up to where they fit the car right. And then we just grind and weld everything on there. But hopefully this arm is more temporary than I feel like it's going to be like a 4-week event, because I let it try to heal for a couple weeks. And what had happened was that jack, well, I might have told you, but that jack kind of slid off the cross member, and I tried to jerk it out of there real fast, like I'm going to outrun this car falling. And incredible pain went through my arm and forearm. I was like, great, here we go again. So that's where I'm at with it. Sucks. Is what it is. But, you know, that's how it goes. Have a great Monday. We'll see y'all soon enough.